Hello, it's my privilege to take you on a bit of a walking tour of our new state-of-the-art hospital ship. I happen to be on location on the pier in Monrovia, Liberia, West Africa, and we're going to go up the gangway and get a brief tour of much of the wonderful provision that we have in this new ship. Security is important to us, whether it's here in West Africa or anywhere we would be in the world. Not only do we have deck officers that are assigned to security, we have 3 Gurkha guards that are assigned on a rotational basis. And you have to sign in and sign out. So let's do our security and go on in. Welcome to the front door of our home, which is, of course, the Africa Mercy and the world's largest non-governmental hospital ship. She's state-of-the-art. She's just as nice as any hospital that you would find in the leading cities of the developing world. And we're so thankful that she's dedicated to following the model of Jesus. So this is reception. This is what you will see when you come to see us the first time. This is deck 6. It's the upper level of 2 decks that we call the town square. And right here is the internet cafe where you can have access to receive your own email right home, stay connected, look at what's happening on the internet. Also, the ship is wired so that you can have a computer in each of your cabins, and there are wireless areas where you can use that as well. This is really a multi-purpose, multi-function area. It's one of the reasons that we were so interested in purchasing this ferry, was the area that we've developed in the town square. 2 decks, as I mentioned. Downstairs is a Starbucks cafe. We've been authorized to say it's the first Starbucks cafe in all of the continent of Africa, so that's a little plum for us. It's open at certain times of the day, but we also use this area for small groups, accountability groups, fun nights, games, puzzles. It really is a connection center, a hub for the crew. Shopping is important not just for the fair sex, it's important for all of us. So the ship shop, right here in the middle of the town square next to Starbucks Cafe, should have just about everything you need. Come on and let's see what all's here. If you'd like to have one of the t-shirts like mine or this blue one for the ladies, this is where you would find that and many other things. So you will fit right in with the rest of the crew as you're enjoying your latte or a soft drink or an ice cream or a candy bar, whatever it is. This really is a hub of the multiculturalism and the community life here on the ship. So you never know whom you'll meet and where they're from as you're here. We also have music evenings, popcorn evenings, special events. Some of the departments hold their devotions here. It's the social nerve center of what we do on the ship. Don't we have some lovely baristas? Now it's time to smile, ladies. And whatever your order is, they can fulfill it. Service is the order of the day, and what wonderful staff we have. This is our spacious and well-appointed dining room. It is not only very comfortable, bright, and cheery, it's the place where everyone comes to consume their meals, unless, of course, you're a family that have come to get the food and take it back to your cabin. So from early in the morning, when it opens for breakfast, till the conclusion of the meal in the evening, this is a hub of activity as people not only eat, but fellowship, have devotions, do various activities here in the dining room. The library is a wonderful section on board the ship. Think of all of those quality books. We had one family that paid for all of the theological books. I mean, you could be preparing for a sermon in one of the more significant churches in the world with the study and research books that we have. It's a quiet place. It's a wonderful place with computers and everything else. Another one of the areas is the hair salon, where the personal appearance concerns of all crew members are addressed on a scheduled basis. Everything from aerobics, music, worship, departmental devotions, weekly reports, that all happens here in our International Lounge. It's the place where we all gather together as a worshiping community. I'm on the bridge of a very well-equipped Africa Mercy, and compared to what we've had in other ships, a very well-equipped bridge. This, of course, is where the captain, who's responsible for all safety and navigation, controls the ship. And I'd like to focus as well on the engineering department, because often the engineers are our unsung heroes. And without them, we wouldn't have the electricity, all of the systems, the air conditioning, all the support for the surgical unit, the living in our cabins, the electricity for the galley, for us to eat. So we have some wonderful, professional, highly dedicated people on board. And they too are a part of the community. You see, the Africa Mercy is a hospital ship, but it's also a living, vibrant community, some long-term, some short-term. And we're here as a community making an impact on the larger community of the poorest of the poor in some of the neediest nations of the world. The captain's area of responsibility is signified by what's happening here on the bridge. But remember, it really takes us all, everyone. No one is too small or is unimportant. We're all in this together. Ollie and Sally Pete have invited us into their family cabin. Come on in and see how a family lives on board the ship.
I don't want to be in this thing.
You don't want to be in it?
No, because I have food in my hand.
I understand. Yeah, but it's still cute to see all of you. This sofa serves as a fold-out bed. There are two children's cabins with 2 berths in each of them. And you see the wide, wonderful windows looking out. It's more than a porthole. This really does become a mini apartment, maintaining the nuclear family that's so important for us as we live in community on board with 30 to 40 nationalities at any one time. This is one of 26 family cabins. They're not identical, but they are similar. And I think you can see that we've given a lot of thought and attention in the design and the construction of these cabins. In addition, I want to get the numbers exactly right, we have 10 6-berth, 6 4-berth, for a total of 70 berths for children on board the ship and for the families. Anna and Libby Pete wanted us to see their cabin. So this is an example, a model cabin that 2 sisters would share in one family on board the ship. There are berth space for up to 70 children at any one time if every berth for children is filled. Well, they're from all over the world. So you'll see various flags, you see the work that's posted here outside the school. Having reared our children on board for 10 years, we are so grateful for the commitment and dedication of the teachers and the administrative staff who oversee this program. Without it, we couldn't do what we do. It's wonderful. We have many corporate sponsors for which we are very grateful. One of those that I want to highlight is Rotary. Many Rotary clubs and Rotarians have been involved, as well as Rotary International and Rotary International in Britain and Ireland. Through Rotary and a very significant grant, we've been able to provide vehicles, sponsor an ophthalmic eye surgery unit, but also the computers here in the Academy, which is the school for all of our children on board, in addition to vehicles and other very needed equipment. So we're grateful for those partners, and it helps us provide a quality education for all the children on board. And here's one of our classrooms in session. Let's take a look. We are now on deck 4. This is immediately above the hospital deck. All of this is completely new. We've built 79 cabins on this deck for approximately 200 people, and the majority of the cabins are 2 and 4 berth for couples or singles. Here's Jen. Hi, Jen.
Hi, how are you?
Can we look in this cabin and you
Sure.
tell us what it's like to live in a 4-berth cabin?
Sure, no problem. Come on in.
This is the WC, the shower. And right next to it are 2 pods. This is the first pod, which is 2 berths with their individual cupboards and a little desk in between. And one of the advantages is we can close this for those that are on watchkeeping, and it's just like it's completely dark in there. Here's the second one. They're identical. It is a mirror image of the one we've just seen. And on the outside, next to the porthole, is a small living area. So the 4 roommates in this 4-berth cabin have a television, should they like to, a refrigerator, a library, a place for them to sit together, be together, invite their friends in. So this is a view of a 6-berth cabin. And it's not bad. I've actually had crew members say, because of the curtains and my little private area, as well as the sitting room and the facilities, we can do this. Thank you for thinking of these things as you built the ship. Another one of the areas is the boutique. This is on deck 2, along with the exercise room, also on deck 2. The boutique where you can get any of the latest designs. You'd be surprised how many people found exactly what they needed in the boutique. The 484 berths on board, the largest single block, 130 berths approximately, are reserved for the delivery of our healthcare services, the program of Mercy Ships. In addition, there are 40 additional berths that are set aside for the program that we do ashore, and these vehicles take us to the programs ashore and bring us home to the ship. Water and sanitation, HIV education, mother antenatal neonatal training, partnership with the local churches, local NGOs, local government agencies. Without these vehicles, we couldn't do what we do ashore. When the patients arrive with their very precious appointment cards, because they will have already been through the screening process, they first come to the tents where details and information are taken and reconfirmed, and then they are accompanied up the gangway. This is the patient gangway, and down into deck 3, which is the Oak Hospital. This is the patient entrance to the Oak Foundation Hospital. So every patient that's received an appointment card for one of the surgeries comes in here. We'll meet with one of our translating staff and team while they're waiting to be seen according to their scheduled appointment. Hello, we're glad to have you. Hello, sir. Good to see you. These are our examining rooms where we do the examinations of the patients and also some of the post-op visits. Obviously, this cute little thing has had surgery, probably on club feet, on both ankles at the same time. Thank you, Mother, for letting us take your picture and your baby's picture.
Joey was recently fitted with a cast made locally in Liberia. He was an orthotic patient. He had a foot that went down like that, and now it's up like this, basically, and this orthotic is meant to keep it in position. Yeah.
Joy, have you been treated nicely here on the ship? Yeah, you have? Good. Brings a smile to you and a smile to us. Yeah. This ship is incredibly well equipped. I think the CT scan and the room that we're visiting now is only one of 5 or 6 in all of West Africa, an area of 2 million people, and here it is on our state-of-the-art hospital ship. And this, of course, is the X-ray room, and as you would expect, all of these walls are lead-lined, meeting all of the regulations and requirements. This is our laboratory for the hospital on board the Africa Mercy, and what a wonderful provision it is. Well-equipped and excellent staff from South Africa and the United States. Lady, smile for the camera. What a wonderful provision it is. We have our own blood supply in that it's the crew. So when we know that we're going to have need of a particular blood type, because all of that is done in advance, we have a ready source and supply here on the ship. One of our corporate sponsors is Nikon. In 2007 in the United Kingdom, Mercy Ships was the charity of choice for Nikon as a company. And one of the instruments that we have purchased, and also a gift was provided for this, is a cool scope. Our laboratory technician can take the lab, and for the histology and everything that we need, it's sent via satellite to a laboratory in Sheffield in England. The technician there manipulates it, does the diagnosis, and we have a very rapid response when the cool scope is fully functional. And that doesn't happen in many of the nicest hospitals in the world. We're so thankful for this provision. This is the Oak Foundation Hospital, which is the heart of the Africa Mercy. It's so well equipped, and we're going to go into one of the 6 operating rooms. This one happens to be an eye operating room, and it was also donated by Rotary in Great Britain and Ireland. And you see that we have an international staff and crew. One of the ophthalmologists is from the United States. The other one was born in Britain, but is Nigerian and is back here serving people of our own continent. And you'll see the nurses and other staff from all over the world. One of the beauties of this ship is that the recovery area is immediately across the ship from the operating rooms. And the patients that you're looking at now have had their eye surgeries, and they're getting ready to go home because it's been a successful surgery, and they will come back for the post-op. And over here are the anesthesia recovery patients. Again, it's directly across from the operating room. It's wonderfully located. Hi, little guy. Will you come to me? Will you come to me? Huh? Will you come to me? This is Hope Ward, one of the 4 wards plus the intensive care unit, and each ward has between 15 and 20 beds. And it's a happy place. Another one of the areas is the crew physician's office on deck 3. We're very thankful for the staff who serve the needs of our crew, both long-term and short-term. This is a place where you can go for a private consultation for your health concerns while you're on board the ship. Mercy Ships brings hope and healing to the poorest of the poor in the poorest nations of the world. And that wouldn't have been possible without a very significant gift from the Oak Foundation. The hospital is named in their honor, and that means that for thousands of children on an annual basis, again, among the world's poorest, they'll receive life-changing surgery. We're so thankful that they believed in us and partnered with us.